my channel. Currently, tuition keeps rising in colleges. Hiring is opaque and often tied to legacy networks. Early career academics face low pay, short term contracts, and the very real possibility of relocating far from any support system, just for a chance at stability. And now, with AI entering classrooms, even the purpose and structure of education itself is being questioned. But those structural problems aren't even the full story, because underneath all that, there are deeper, messier issues: power imbalances, toxic work environments, blurred boundaries, and the kind of internal politics that can quietly define entire careers. And oddly enough, some of the sharpest explorations of these perceived problems are coming from TV. The Chair follows Dr. Ji-yoon Kim, played by the Queen Sandra Oh, the first woman of color to chair an English department at an elite university. She's trying to modernize a struggling department while dealing with budget cuts, student protests, and faculty scandals. It's not just about leadership, it's about navigating an institution that resists change at every level. The second show, Vladimir, centers on a female professor who becomes obsessed with a younger colleague, while her own husband, a professor accused of inappropriate relationships with students, faces backlash. The narrator doesn't fully condemn her husband. Instead, she explores shifting norms around consent, desire, and institutional rules. The third show, Rooster, focuses on a man who never attended college and is now a successful author of a genre fiction. He is invited to give a talk to the English students at a college where his daughter is a professor. History professor husband cheated on her with a grad student who then becomes pregnant. After this, the daughter loses everything. One thing all these stories highlight is the generational and structural power imbalance built into academia. Tenure creates a hierarchy that's incredibly hard to challenge. Senior faculty hold influence over hiring, publishing, and career advancement. Meanwhile, younger academics and grad students exist in a state of dependency. In The Chair, the show shows up in the struggle between older professors clinging to tradition and newer voices pushing for change. A study states that there have been instances of faculty bullying, as reported by faculty members, which range from 6.2% in a Norwegian study to 37.7% in a US study. The second issue is the harm that can come from consensual relationships with academia. These environments blur lines constantly: mentor and mentee, professor and student, evaluator and evaluated. Vladimir dives straight into this ambiguity. It challenges the idea that consent alone resolves ethical concerns, especially when careers, recommendations, and reputations are at stake. They also highlight the Title IX of the Education Amendments Act of 1972 proceedings in the US to protect individuals from sex based discrimination in educational settings that receive federal funding. This is also explored in the movie After the Hunt, starring Julia Roberts, who plays Alma, a college professor caught in a sexual abuse accusation involving one of her students and a colleague. Universities appear to be developing policies addressing, discouraging, and/or prohibiting these relationships. Prevalence persists.
Madison Griffith interestingly wrote a book on the topic, and she has stated in her book called Sweet Nothings that she was particularly interested in sex that was problematic but not necessarily bad. She also said that every woman that she had spoken to was the age of consent in the book, and they were nursing a well and truly unique harm. They were impacted for life by consensual relationships in academic settings.
Henry Kissinger once said, academic politics are so vicious because the stakes are so small. That's only half true. Stakes feel small: committee decisions, departmental disputes, but they determine real things: jobs, funding, visas, housing, entire careers. In The Chair, limited resources like fewer students who elect to attend certain courses turn colleagues into competitors.
What's missing in all of this? Stability, security, time for actual research. Pure intellectual work free from these pressures is incredibly rare. What these show get right is that academia isn't just broken in one way, it's layered. It's ambition mixed with insecurity, ethics tangled with power, ideals constantly undercut by reality. If more shows continue exploring academia like this, with with nuance instead of caricature, we might finally start having better conversations about what needs to change because the problems demand acknowledgement. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.